I'm James Cherry, poet, writer, music impresario here in Jackson, Tennessee. We were raised on this local PBS station, whether it was Sesame Street or the Electric Company or Mr. Rogers. PBS and Channel 11 has always been an integral part of our life and our development. So let's keep this going. You know, whether there's funding or no funding, you can do your part today. Visit westtennesseepbs.org or WLJT.org. Please give now.
It's all about home.
West Tennessee PBS WLJT Channel 11 is proud to present the Jackson-Madison County NAACP Freedom Fund Banquet, a time to honor diversity, equity, and inclusion. Coming to you from downtown Jackson, let's join the celebration from the Carl Perkins Civic Center.
Hello and welcome to the 63rd Annual NAACP Freedom Fund Banquet here in Jackson, Tennessee. I'm Peter Knoll with WLJT along with Harold Carter.
Glad to have you. Thank you very much.
Tell us what is happening here tonight.
Well, this is our major fundraiser of the year. Of course, this year is a very difficult year, and we're here to support the initiative of the people which you see here tonight and the community in which we serve. Obviously, there are issues that we're very much greatly concerned with, and we're bringing a lot of our people to this gathering to make sure that, number one, that we can understand the issues a little bit better. Number two is to highlight those who have done so much over the years. And the third thing is to recognize those soldiers and the people that have sacrificed so much, including your civil rights workers, who has done a tremendous job to get us this far. Now, we've got some challenges ahead, and we're going to have more better strategies in order to address the issues that we have. But we also have to have allies. I think that in this city, this county, this state, and this country, we've got better people than the bad people. But I think oftentimes, with the way that things are, with the economy the way it is, the uncertainties of war, with the issues that's going along with how do we help one another when our budget has been depleted in a lot of different ways, we're having to find allies to help us, to help this country to realize its ideas that it first started out with.
Well, Channel 11 is very honored to be here and to share this with homes across West Tennessee. I think this is our third year.
Third year. We certainly appreciate you guys because there's nothing better than public television to make sure that you get the information that you need, fair, balanced, because at the end of the day, oftentimes some of our news are compromised because they had bills to pay. And I think with public television and radio, we have an opportunity as citizens of this country to get the information that we need firsthand, unvarnished, because it is this time that we have to start paying attention to each other and to where we are as a nation, because we could lose it.
Well, without further ado, let's present the 63rd Annual Freedom Fund Banquet.
On behalf of our president, Mr. Harold Carter, the executive committee, and members of the Jackson-Madison County NAACP, I am honored to call the assembly of the 63rd Freedom Fund Banquet. My name is Dr. Michelle Taylor Moraney. I'm the first vice president, and it's my privilege to welcome each of you to this special evening as we gather under the theme, Boots on the Ground. The march continues. This evening reminds us that the progress is not passive. It requires voices, vision, service, and steadfast commitment. Tonight will be a night of recognition of leaders and community impact, celebration of service and achievement, reflection on our shared history, and inspiration for continued action. And we're honored to welcome our distinguished keynote speaker, Michael Eric Dyson, whose insight and voice will continue to challenge and inspire the communities across our nation.
It's a great honor to be here today, and I just want to share a few words with you to uplift you, to encourage you, to challenge you, and then to map a way into a creative engagement with social justice. boots on the ground, the march continues. We know the march has to continue because the racism is persistent. At the highest echelon in this country, the tomfoolery, the debauchery, the kleptocracy, the dim-witted dictatorship, the foolish fascistness, the lugubrious lechery, the sheer dumbassery. I just want to get right to the point. We ain't never seen such incoherent, inarticulate, inability to articulate, while calling women and black people dumb and low IQ. This is the most uninspired, unintelligent leader that we've ever produced in the history of this nation. So when you stand against DEI, you want DEI to DIE, we're going to call on GOD to recommend that there's another way. Now, why people mad at DEI to begin with? We're celebrating Memorial Day. You know that's what Negroes did, that they took over, right? The first Memorial Day was organized on May 1st, 1865 by newly freed African Americans in Charleston, South Carolina. Y'all been taking our stuff from the get-go. Everything except the hurt and the pain and the agony and the distress. You love Jay-Z and Beyonce when the rim is in the system. Ain't no telling, will I love him, will I diss him? Okay, that's Biggie. Jay said, God forgive me for my brash delivery, but I remember vividly what these streets did to me. Imagine me allowing you to nitpick at me, portray me like a pick-a-knee. I think Biggie said, I used to fuss when the landlord dissed us. No heat, wonder why Christmas missed us. Birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip champagne when we... Right, I like the life I live, because I went from negative to positive. It's all good. And if you don't know... Now you know. Taking our lyrics, but not our lashes. Our rhythm, not our blues. Our celebration, but not the grief that has been created. We have boots on the ground to continue to march because white supremacy is still real in America today. Now, I know some of y'all are nervous because you got white folk here. I love white people. Some of my best friends are white people. But they need to hear we got to stop lying to white folk like everything is all right. I want to deputize every white person in this room. Go home and you tell your mother and father and sister and brother and cousin and nephew and niece and son and daughter, all the lies they're telling about black folk ain't real. Y'all are to prove tonight some of the smartest, sharpest, most beautiful, most intelligent, most articulate people in the world. They got Jethro, we got Shaniqua, and we still moving forward. Plus, they knew what they was coming to. This ain't a Frank Sinatra concert. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. I love old Blue Eyes. This is Luther. Don't you remember? I told you I loved you, baby. Baby, 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 ooh, baby, baby. Y'all don't know nothing about Luther. Stop lying to white brothers and sisters. It ain't okay. And I agree with the gentleman who prayed the prayer. That we need unity, but we ain't going to unify with tomfoolery. We're not going to unify with people who look down at us, who call us dumb, who call us out of our names, who besmirch the integrity of the office that they hold and getting rich off of our own tax dollars, stealing us blind. But God's got a trump card. To replace these jokers. So first, when we put boots on the ground and keep marching, you got to have a pair of boots. They tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Where they at? Y'all got Gucci and you left us with Keds, but we turned it around because we make stylishness out of anything you give us. You give us pork bellies, we make chitlins, and we might sell it on the open market. You put us in the field to sing, and we turn it into slave songs. Then we turn it into the blues music. Y'all took country, we took blues. We just separated it, right? That's why I love country music. I'm the old school country, though. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's the blues in whiteface. See, we sang, you know, if you're going to walk across my lawn, least you could do is take off your shoes. Denise LaSalle sang a song, hey lady, your husband is cheating on us. Y'all slow, man, y'all slow. What y'all doing out there? Lee Greenwood, I don't like his politics, but I like his music. He said his woman cheated on him. She had a ring on her finger, but time on her hands. And then another singer said, if I had killed you when I met you, I would have been out of jail by now. Those boots are on the ground, the very ground that we tilled as enslaved people. And now Tennessee is trying to take us back. Done kicked every black person off of their committees. I want my good white brother preacher here to preach against white supremacy in these white evangelical churches that try to elevate whiteness. The real religion in America is not Christianity. It is not Muslim-inspired Islam. It is not the Bhagavad Gita, the Holy Quran. It is white supremacy in American society. The real politics, you got a slush fund so you can let $1.776 billion be directed toward white people who hurt the police. I thought you loved the police. And now you got a slush fund to get them out of jail when they hurt and harm them. You might as well be Ice Cube. If the police coming straight from the underground, a young brother got it bad because I'm brown and not the other color. So police think they have the authority to kill a minority. If that, because I ain't the one for a punk blank blank with a badge and a gun to be beaten on and thrown in jail. We can go toe to toe in the middle of a sale. Messing with me because I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold in a pager, searching my car, looking for the product, thinking every Negro is selling narcotic. You said you didn't like us for criticizing the police. And here you are dogging the police, besmirching their reputation, putting them further into the ground. They sacrificed their safety on January 6th because you were a petulant, impudent child who couldn't take the fact you got your beat on that day. That word is in the Bible. That's a biblical phrase. The straight up King James Version. You mad because you ain't won. You didn't do it fair and square. Boots on the ground first of democracy. And these folk are tearing democracy up, kicking people out of the state legislature. I prayed a prayer the other day and the Republicans got up and left. Usually that's my own family. I didn't know the Republicans were going to get up and leave. I thought y'all was Christian. Not were. I thought y'all was Christian and loved Jesus. See, I'm an atheist to white supremacist, white evangelical piety. I don't know that God. Martin Luther King Jr. said, I look at their churches sometime and wonder who is their God. I have no idea, but it ain't the God I'm following. I'm not following that God. It allows its worshipers to go to church and then get up and lynch a black person and come back and pronounce benediction. It's a church that wants to snap at poor people and not support SNAP. It's a church that says God is the light of the world, but cut off your light bill. That says that Jesus is the water of world life, and yet don't pay for the water. I don't know that God. And if you put your boots on the ground, you put your boots on the ground of democracy. I'm with TJ, Thomas Jefferson. We was friends like that, so, you know. He knew my girl Sally. Biblical epistemology was prevalent at that point. Now, what was amazing to me, people got upset. Oh, my God, Jiminy Cricket, I can't believe that a president would be with a black woman. Everybody want to be with a black woman. Huh? Light, bright, and almost white, vanilla vitality, caramel cuteness, chocolate charm, ebony ecstasy, and furrowed in coffee flesh. Whatever you want, we got it. How you think I ended up the color I am? I've been trying to bring light-skinned Negroes back for 45 years. Ever since Wesley Snipes stabbed Christopher Williams in New Jack City. It's been hard on light-skinned Negroes out here. But we better understand, light-skinned, dark-skinned, still a Negro. They still gonna dog you. Your light skin won't save you. Your dark skin won't save you, Clarence. Take off that robe and show the real truth of who you are. I know he's somebody's uncle. My God. Democracy means that we share in what Thomas Jefferson talked about. E pluribus unum, out of many one. That we come together to create this nation. And even when they were creating it, and the Constitution made an exception and called us 3/5 for counting purposes and the mathematics of social injustice, we still stuck with them. They mad on January 6th because they ain't got a vote right. Imagine getting lynched, raped, pillaged, plundered, houses stolen, sharecropping, castrated, and we still sing God Bless America. And we sing it better than anybody else. Even Ray Charles sings it, and he's blind. He ain't seen what he's singing about, but he still believes in it. Democracy is the precious agreement that we will create a society where everybody, white and black and brown and red and yellow, every race and ethnicity, every group in America shall come together to believe in a common destiny. But America today, right here in Tennessee, with these right-wing bigots, with these hateful Republicans who despise anything that is not them, condescending, narrow, vicious, don't believe in the democracy they speak about. It ain't worth the paper they write it on. But black people and other poor people have tried to raise up American democracy and tried to say to America what Martin Luther King Jr. said in 1968. All we ask is, America, be true to what you said on paper. If you say it, live up to it. Stop lying. And I don't want to hear nothing from these Republicans when somebody else gets in office. You don't believe in democracy. You don't believe in the Constitution. You don't believe in the Supreme Court. You don't believe in legislation. You believe in white privilege, unmitigated, and the vicious violence to protect your own goal. That's number one. I got two more to go. So boots on the ground of democracy, boots on the ground of equality. Some of our white brothers and sisters are afraid that we're going to treat them like they treated us. Don't nobody love white folk like Negroes. We're just white people lovers. That's what we do. And thank God that saved this nation. Imagine we had dropped bombs on you, poisoned your water stream because of what you did. Imagine we had done what some of these, quote, terrorists in other parts of the world do. That ain't what we did. We believed in overcoming through redemption. And we believed in redemption through creative protest. That's what we did. And so equality is important. Now, we know equity is even more important. Equality says you got 8 bathrooms over there for women. We got 8 bathrooms over here for men. Equity says the men got 3 and the women got 10. Because they use the bathroom longer and more in an engaged process, and men usually get in and do their business and step out. Without sometimes cleansing their skin. Be careful when you shake a man's hand after the bathroom. You've met several people in that one handshake. And so, my brothers and sisters, we must have equality in this nation. And this is what I say to my white evangelical brothers and sisters. You got some of the worst bigots in the pulpit in this state. Hateful, nasty, and vicious. They don't want to believe in equality because equality would mean that we have received the gift of freedom for which we have fought. And that freedom is necessary. They're taking it away right now. They banning books because they don't want you to read them. They don't want young white kids that I teach. I teach at the well-known HBCU Vanderbilt. You know it's a HBCU, homeboy cutting up. That's what I do. That's my genius assistant over here and graduate student, Royal Todd, one of the best preachers in America and one of the greatest scholars. Remember that name, Royal Stephen Todd. Give him some love up in here today. So the white kids come up to me, Dr. Dyson, why didn't we learn this in high school? Because they don't want you to know it. Some of them don't want you to see where they was when they were 15 and 16, standing with George Wallace in a doorway to keep black people from entering school. Some of them don't want you to see where they were, throwing stones at people trying to eat at a lunch counter. Some of them don't want you to see where they were, standing against folk who wanted a white and black water fountain to disappear. But that's all right. We ain't vengeful. We ain't nasty. We accept you. We love you, but you got to admit what you did. What did Michael say in The Godfather? You got to answer for Santino, Carlo. Come on, man, I'm giving you mad love up in here with The Godfather. Why don't you come to me first? You can be a man. Go home tonight and watch The Godfather. Everything you need is in the Bible, Godfather, and maybe a Drake album recently. So, I'm saying to you that we believe in equality. We're not trying to hurt and harm other people. They want to ban books because they don't want to know that history. They want to ban the study of the past, especially slavery, because they don't want to talk about their complicity in that enslavement. We ain't trying to beat you down, but get the story right. Stop lying. Stop living in the United States of amnesia and live in the kingdom of memory. That's number two. Number three, and I'm done. Boots on the ground, on the terrain of love. It's tough love. Love because black people's blood has transformed this country. Right up the road here in Memphis, April 4th, 1968, 6:01 p.m. local time. A black man stood on a motel balcony. And there a report rang out from one end across the street from the parking lot, across that parking lot, and found its target in his jaw. Ripped it apart. Bullet went out, then came back in and down his neck to his arm. He fell on the ground backwards, bicycling with his feet, blood gurgling from his neck. His best friend in the world came out of room 306 after going in there, extracting the cardboard from a laundered shirt and a mason jar, scooping up the blood into the jar, saying, "This is the blood of the prophet." That prophet was 39 years old, never hated anybody, believed in love, and they still murdered him. This man spoke more than 365 times a year about love, gave most of his money to the movement. All of his book money he gave to the movement. All of the money he made, something like $200,000 back in 1963, that was mad cheddar. Excuse me, a lot of money. He gave it up. He was down to wearing 3 suits. His wife wanted him to have a nice house. He bought one in the ghetto because he didn't believe in private property. He was a unique and curious and passionate prophet who believed in the transformative power of love, while white clergymen were writing him letters about slow down. You're going too fast. 7 Christian and 1 Jewish, warning him, just take your time, things will work out. They ain't gonna never work out unless you work them out. They ain't gonna never get right unless you make them right. Right there in Memphis, that man who had given a speech the night before, saying to America, if I had lived in China or Russia someplace, I could see them not having freedom of speech. But somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read that the greatest freedom in America is the right to protest for right. And now these right-wing bigots don't believe that. They want it hooked up and rigged. That's why they redistricting. They redrawing maps like they're Picasso. As quickly as they could, the extreme court gave them the justification. Thank God for that one black woman. The truth is, America doesn't want to do the right thing, and the boots on the ground of love are still necessary. And that means you got to go forward. Love means it's hard news for black folk too. Some of us go to churches where we look down on gay people, lesbian, bisexual, in trance, knowing they all in your choir.
My God. My God.
I'm almost done.
Preach deliverance today.
You preaching a homophobic sermon based on the anthems of gay folk. Sometimes you ain't gonna hear no music without gay people. Quiet as it kept, you might not hear a sermon without a gay person. I ain't never been to a black church that turns down gay tithes. I was in Cleveland preaching, a black woman came up to me, she said, you know you're going to and that was after I preached. I said, might as well cuss, I'm going to my God. She said, you going to I said, ma'am, I know 25 reasons why I should go to I'm just curious, which reasons do you know? Because my phone is locked. That's 15 of them right there. She didn't think that was funny. She said, you going to because you preach from the pulpit that God made gay people. Baby, let me tell you how it works. Either God made everybody or God ain't made nobody. Ain't no in between. The second shift, God came in on Wednesday. After the first shift, God said, I'm making Negroes now and I'm tired. All right? And so, it ain't like the second shift God came in and said, I'm going to make gay people. God made everybody. Or God ain't made nobody. Where would you be without James Baldwin, a black gay man? God gave Noah the rainbow sign. No more water, the fire next time. Where would you be without Angela Davis? Before some of you would-be gangsters were out here rat-a-tat-tat, never hesitate to put a brother on his back. She had real guns in a courtroom with people and trying to bring justice to America. Where would you be without Audre Lorde, Sister Outsider? Where would you be without so many brothers and sisters who are gay but who are happy about their connection to the Almighty God? You ain't God. You can't send nobody to hell. You can't even keep your heterosexual marriage together. You hoeing and throwing and stowing, but you mad at a gay person who remains faithful to his wife or their husband all the years of their lives. I'm almost done. Love these young people too. I know they get on your nerves. I can't understand this new music. I don't understand it. This mumble rap, I can't get it. The songs we call it, man, you know what I'm saying? Every time, one time I talk around, know what I'm saying? No, I actually don't. I've been black for 67 years. Negro, I have no idea what you just done had said. I come from a different generation, standing by the speaker. Suddenly I had a fever. Was it me or either summer madness? Because I just can't stand around, so I get closer, and the closer I get, the better it sounds. My mind starts to activate. Rhymes collaborate. Because when I heard the beat, I just had to make something from the top of my head. So I fell into the groove of the wax and I said, how can I move the crowd? First of all, ain't no mistakes allowed. Rob Bass just died. Y'all remember him? I want to rock right now. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock. What? Y'all know Rob Bass. You bourgeois Negroes, don't act like you up in here. I see you out there doing the nasty with Sexy Red. You ratchet AKAs. Oh, you didn't think Trick Daddy was gonna be Trick Daddy? I love ya. And And so, the end of the day, and I'll leave you with this. If we're going to transform America, boots on the ground of democracy, boots on the ground of equality, and boots on the ground of love, especially for black women. Black women done saved America many times. The most highly educated group of women in America, period, people, period, spend their money on us, doing the right thing, taking care of us, making sure we're doing the right thing. That's why 22 years ago I wrote a book called Why I Love Black Women. It wasn't no thing. It wasn't a trend. I was just showing love for the sisters, right? And we need to still do that. So the thing is, I wrote the book and some young people came up to me, why you write a book about black women? I mean, they're so bitter. You say, good morning, they go, no, it's not. I said, maybe you the source of their bitterness, bro. She asked you 25 times to take out the trash, 26 times, she wasn't playing. I did not come to play with you, bros. Okay, y'all don't even see how I flipped that. That's all right, go later. Then they said, the black women are too choosy. I said, I've done a sociological analysis. Black women who are educated date men beneath their status more than any women in America. Woman got a PhD, brother might have a bachelor's degree. Woman got a master's, high school. Bachelor's degree, okay, Cleophas went to the 8th grade. But she loved Cleophas. Baby, comb your hair and brush your teeth. Ooh, you look so good today. Come out here, because you still my man. I'm going to tell you this. Without black women, we wouldn't be where we are today. Huh? These boys singing these songs, calling women bitches and hoes and skeezers and sluts and hood rat. How you got a woman with that kind of language? Right? We had something different. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? I see her face as the cold wind blows on the street, even at the picture show. Have you seen her? Why, oh, why did she have to leave and go? Oh, I've been used to having someone. Where you at now? Now you're lost. I don't know where you are. And then the girl made us see things. Today I saw somebody who looked just like you. She walked like I thought it. As she turned the corner. Sinead! Hey, Sinead! I'm sorry, you look like my girl. Hey, can I still get that mask? Because you still kind of fine. I'm done. We met the girl yesterday. What we singing tomorrow? Always and forever. Each moment with you. Now what they singing? You remind me of my Jeep. Trey Songz said, you gonna think I invented sex? No, you didn't. Teddy Pendergrass had something to do with that. Close the door, baby. Then he got real rough. Shut him off! Thank God. And then the third thing the brothers told me, black women are too bossy. I go, you got a point right there. Thank God for bossy black women. You think Harriet Tubman wasn't a bossy black woman? She said, get up out of your bed. And at 8:30, be here tonight. And don't be late. Then the Negroes changed their mind. Miss Tubman, we was going to go, but we're not going to tell nobody. Oh, she said, I know you won't. She had a Bible in one hand. Y'all remember shotgun shooting for Junior Walker in the All-Stars? That's for old people. And a shotgun in the other. And she didn't play that. And she had to cold cock some of them Negroes and knock them out. Mama said, knock you out. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Mama said, and she had to cold cock some of them Negroes. And when they woke up, where I is, you free Negro. We done drug your black ass to freedom, and we're going to continue to do it. Peace.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, We have a special guest amongst us this evening, and I would like to take this moment to recognize him for his legacy of leadership. Honoring 26 years of service, Representative Johnny Shaw, District 80, covering parts of Hardeman, Haywood, and Madison counties. He was first elected in 2000. He has served 13 terms. He is recognized as the first African American to serve in the state legislature in rural West Tennessee since the Reconstruction era. Before joining the state legislature, he served as Madison County Commissioner beginning in 1997. As of 2026, the 83-year-old lawmaker is in his final term, having announced that this legislative cycle will be his last before retirement. State Representative Johnny Shaw, District 80. Please give him a hand. So at this time, we're going to present the 2026 Branch Awards. They're awards, I'm going to read them off and give a brief description. We have the Medgar W. Evers Legacy Award. It's presented to a person who has dedicated time and energy in the areas of education, government, business, or community service. They have followed the example of Medgar Evers by being a voice for the voiceless and struggling for the dream of equality. This award honors a person for demonstrating courage and laying the foundation for present and future leaders in the cause of civil and human rights. We also have Youth Excellence Awards. They're awarded annually to a college student and a senior high school student who has an exemplary record of academic achievement, conduct, character, and community service. The Joe Helen Imani Beard Community Service Award. It's awarded to an individual or organization whose work and civic engagement have made a significant impact in the community. They've given of themselves in order to bring about positive and constructive changes to our community. We also have the William D. Smart Race Relations Award. This award was established by David Halleck and named in honor of Reverend William D. Smart, past president of the local branch. It is presented to a community member or a community organization that has made significant contributions towards the goals of positive race relations and racial harmony in Jackson, Madison County. The Meritorious Service Award to the branch. It's presented annually to a member of the branch who has rendered outstanding efforts and contributions to the organization. They've worked tirelessly toward the goals and ideals of the NAACP through their service to the branch. This member has demonstrated a spirit of selflessness and true volunteerism. And we also have, lastly, the Rising Phoenix Award. This award has been inaugurated to honor a young adult in our community who has exemplified the highest ideals of service and leadership. Like a phoenix, the recipient contributes to the rebirth of our community with innovative ideas and reviving energy. Their service, character, and determination is charting a new path towards a positive future. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and start with the Medgar W. Evers Legacy Award. Ramonica Dorsey, a proud native of Jackson, Tennessee, and distinguished graduate of Jackson Central Mary High School. She has dedicated her life to transforming education through visionary leadership, unwavering compassion, and a deep commitment to student success. Ramonica Dorsey. The Joe Helen Imani Beard Community Service Award. This year it's presented to Brother Phoenix Johnson. He's dedicated his career to the principles of safety, rehabilitation, and the empowerment of youth. Phoenix Johnson. Our next award is the William D. Smart Race Relation. This year, it's awarded to Kimberly Jones. Kimberly exemplifies servant leadership through her dedication to mentorship, community advocacy, and compassionate outreach. Kimberly Jones. The Meritorious Service to the Branch Award. This year, presented to Dr. Lisa Carter Wilkins, is a transformational servant leader whose unwavering dedication to the Jackson-Madison County NAACP and the broader community exemplifies the true meaning of meritorious service. Dr. Lisa Carter Wilkins. Next, we have the Rising Phoenix Award, given to William Godwin. He's a visionary and accomplished leader whose influence has extended across government, higher education, nonprofit leadership, faith-based advocacy, and national public service. William Godwin. So now we have the Youth Excellence Award given to Michaela Bryson. She's an exceptional young woman whose life reflects excellence in leadership, academics, service, and faith, making her a shining example for her generation. Michaela Bryson. This one is given to Mr. Alexander Mormon. He is a remarkable young leader whose dedication, professionalism, and unwavering work ethic continue to set him apart amongst his peers. Alexander Mormon.
There are 3 additional awards given by our president, and these are awards that are highly, highly selected based upon what the recipient has done. And President Carter this year decided to give 3 awards. And we agree with him that these awards are, the individuals are worthy of the awards. The first presidential or President's Award is presented to Mona Lisa Lanier. Mona Lisa Lanier is a remarkable instructor at Beach Bluff, excelling in various roles as an entrepreneur, dance instructor, and breast cancer survivor. She currently serves as the proud owner of the Mona Lisa Lanier of Dance. Mona Lisa Lanier. The second President's Award is presented to Sabrina Anderson. This is in recognition of your exemplary community service at our 63rd Freedom Fund Banquet, Jackson-Madison County Branch, NAACP, Sabrina Anderson. The third award, President's Award, is presented to Lamont Ingram. Lamont Ingram. This is in recognition of your exemplary community service, the 63rd Freedom Fund Banquet. If he is not present on this evening, we will make sure that he receives this awesome award, the President's Award. Thank you and have a great evening.
Let's give all of our tonight's honorees another hand of applause. And thank you to our award presenters as well. I hope you guys have really enjoyed yourselves tonight. How are you feeling out there? Okay, some a little involvement from some people in the crowd. All right, well, we're gonna move over to our closing remarks. It's really been an amazing evening with you guys. So to bring about those remarks, please help me welcome the president of the Jackson-Madison County NAACP, Mr. Harold Carter.
Before he comes up, when you think about legacy, he truly embarks the word legacy. And so we want to surprise him tonight and give him a recognition of dedication for 20 years as the NAACP president in Jackson-Madison County. And the plaque reads, in honor of your service as the longest serving president of the Jackson-Madison County NAACP, We see you, we thank you, and we appreciate all that you do for this community. Come on up to get your award, President Carter.
Was this night special or what? First, I want to give homage to the wonderful caterers that we had. Was the food good? And I want to thank the Civic Center staff for making us comfortable again in this space, and for all of our technicians, which is Ghost Lighters, want to appreciate them, as well as PBS, our local public television station. It was here today, filmed the whole thing, so you'll be able to see it again on PBS channels. Now, before I go any further, I know that there has been several candidates in the office because this is the year we're voting, y'all. And we want to vote like we've never voted before, because democracy is on the ballot. Will all of those who are running for public office please stand and let us recognize you for attending this event and being here with the NAACP family? Stand up, all of you. Stand up where they are. Let's give them a big hand. These are individuals who have volunteered to be on the ballot to help this community grow because they are here. We got to train our elected officials, y'all, how to serve us. Our problems in the past have been, they don't know who we are because we hadn't told them. Collectively, we got power of our vote if we use it strategically. This is not hard. But what gets in the way, oftentimes, and I'm going to say this because it is real, we can't afford to be lollygagging around. Let's stop fussing with each other. These things are more important than what she had on last night or how he talked and all this other stuff. We've got to do better for us. We spend over $100 million in Jackson, Madison County, Tennessee every year, probably more. That was several years ago. We need to target people that respect us. If you don't respect us, why are we shopping with you? That's power if we do it collectively. Come on, let's give it up. If we can use our power that we have, but we use it strategically. Now, we're not asking anybody to boycott anybody, but what we are telling you to do is to make sure that you're shopping where, spending your hard dollars where you are valued. And for some of these places that don't like DEI, then guess you're not going to get my DEI money. The other thing we can do is vote. Tennessee is the least voter state in the nation, y'all. We got a lot of boxes that have 2,000 and 3,000 people in them, and you can get 400, 500, 600 out. This is what happens to us because we don't have our full power, our full weight of our vote, because sometimes we're voting in silos. We're voting for this one and that one because they like this and that one. People that you're voting for need to value you, and they only can value you if they know what your value is, and we don't know what our values are, because we have never organized enough to really figure out what do we value as a collective community. Now, I would be the first to say that the NAACP has some issues. We're not as strong as we could be. We're not doing some of the things that we should be doing. Because these are volunteers, y'all. We don't pay them no money. Hell, I'm a volunteer. So we have to understand that if you think we need to do something better, then come and join us. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Help us to fix it. And this event is our major fundraiser of the year. We have not, years past, we have raised more money because corporations are not giving us money like they used to. So what are we going to do about it? You going to buy their products? And if people are voting against your own best interests, don't you want to know that you can defeat them at the polls? If you get people, even if they're not in your district, we need to organize and make sure that that person gets a no vote every time he goes to the polls to run again. he or her. Lord knows we need a lot of us coming together. Black folks in this area, we have power, but we don't use it strategically. Now, like I said, in NAACP, gosh, I wish I could have done things better. Wish I would do things, just wave my hand and everything would happen, but that's not the case. I've made some missteps. I have been not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So we're going to step up. Now I'm asking the Divine Nine to step up. I'm asking 100 black men to step up, the Voters Council, NAN to step up, the churches to step up. I'm asking all of y'all to step up. Because such a time as this, we're needed now more than ever to come together. If we fail this time, these folks are tearing up Hades. They act like it's no law. They don't have to respect no law. They're making money while they're doing it, hand over fist, our taxpayers' money. And that big ugly bill that's going to come next year, that big ugly bill that's going to take nearly $1 trillion from health care, that's coming from you. Trying to destroy public schools. We're the least public school grantee in the nation. Tennessee don't give public school children money like other states. We're down at the bottom, y'all. Teachers need raises. So one of the things that we need to do in order to organize is to come, let's do this. You'll be hearing from us. There will be a place to meet. And we want to talk to our public, see what you want, what your values are. We can do this, but we have to do it with your help. So with that being said, and I know I got the army behind me, they made sure they stood, here they come. But no, I love them all to death. You know, we got issues, but we're going to survive. We're not going back. Damn it, I refuse to go back. And if it takes all of us to do what we need to do, then we're going to be successful. Because when we fight, when we fight, all right. Have a good day.
Hello, this is Don McCory. West Tennessee PBS is working hard to bring you more local shows and quality PBS programs. And they need your financial help because they don't run commercials. They rely on your support. It's easy to donate. Go to the website, westtnpbs.org, and click on the Donate tab. Your donations to Channel 11 stay local and help WLJT continue their mission to be as local as possible.